Can y'all see me? Hi. Can't hear. Hold on. Am I on mute?
Hello.
Hi. I can see Steph, but I can't see you.
I don't see me.
I just see your name on my screen.
Me too.
Are you just audio instead of video?
I'm trying to look. Start video.
Yeah.
There I am.
Hi. Let me turn this way. That's better. That's better. Hi.
I don't know about all that. I might need to go back off.
What? Hold on. Anna, are you there? I see your phone, Anna, on here, but I don't see you. I don't know who all's going to be on, or if anyone can figure it out, or if they just want to do the recording. So it's totally fine.
That's fine. Hey, Stephanie.
Oh, hi. How are you?
God, good.
Good. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, Anna's so funny.
What's it say?
She's like, I'm here, but I'm not doing the video. It is so fun. Let me close this. Okay, it is already recording. I was gonna say let's push recording. I guess let's just wait like another minute or two if y'all are cool with that, and then we'll get started so we can wrap it up.
It was easy to plug on.
Yeah, I know.
Like you don't have to download anything, so that's nice. Because sometimes with video conferencing, you have to download Skype or whatever.
I know. And it's a pain in the butt.
How are you?
I'm good. I just walked in the door, changed real quick, and I was like, oh, let's go. I went to dinner with Bria. We went and saw a friend, little girl in a play, and just, stuff like that.
Fun stuff. I know. I'm waiting on, and actually they just pulled up. Aiden's been at a sleepover, and they went to the Rockies game today after playing 2 games of baseball yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
It's been a crazy weekend.
No kidding.
It's actually been a really crazy weekend. Matthew, they're here.
Okay.
We lost Angie. She dropped off. I'm sure that was on accident. Wait for her to get back on.
Okay.
Are you good?
You had a good weekend?
Okay. Yeah. How's work going?
Crazy.
Hello?
We're buying a company. So we've been aware that changes are going to happen. So I found out like Friday a week ago that I'm kind of moving on a new Z-State new product, and they're essentially merging like 2 weeks of training into a week. So it's kind of nutty, but it's good. It's just busy. And then I had a conference this weekend. So just good, but busy.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm going to go say hey real quick.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hey,
and if it's already 7:36, I would think that no one else is getting on at this point.
Okay.
Right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably not. That's fine. It'll be recorded.
Yeah. I know this is like Sunday nights at this time is probably the hardest for everyone, even though everyone said that this was the best time for them. But I know.
And I have inventory. I got to be at work at 4 a.m. So
fun.
My butt needs to get to bed.
I'll be with you working out while you're doing that.
But you've done macros, right, with your bikini training, your competition?
So basically the meal plan that my coach gave me was counting your macros, but literally what she did was gave me an example of a sample menu And I just said, okay, great. And that's what I ate the whole time.
Yeah.
I never mixed it up. I never tried different foods. You knew me. I just looked at it and I repeated it every day. So yes, I've done it, but I literally did not do any of it because I knew what she gave me was within what I was supposed to be doing. Does that make sense? So
yeah, I mean, because that's kind of what I did for that. Once I figured out my first week, like a first good week, I basically reproduced that every week.
Well, I mean, I get
but it's so yeah, I mean, at first did you use an app or no?
I just did Lose It.
Okay, so that's the one I used, and I think it's the best. If everyone, if whoever wants to try this, that's the best. Either that, using the Lose It app, or the MyFitnessPal. So when I joined this Diet Bet, I'll give you the reason why. It's because I've been stuck in like the same spot for like I think over a year. Doing the containers, I was doing it, I wasn't doing it, and I figured if I put up money and invested in it, then I would follow through, because that's exactly what I did when I got into doing Beachbody.
Right.
So the material that Brianne gave us was, I reposted it into the group. That was basically it. In the Diet Bet group, there wasn't much interaction or help through that whole 4 weeks, and it was losing the 4%.
Hey, there's
no So I did some research over the weekend just to get a little more understanding on this macro thing, and basically, it's just taking our containers that we usually did and just upping it. So we're keeping track of the calories and the macros. And you can't do one without the other. So what I had found was, she had suggested, Brianne Freeman had suggested, at least 20% of your daily calories has to be protein, whether you're building muscle or you're wanting to lose. 45 to 65% doing the carbs, which was really hard because it's against all of the Beachbody stuff. We had a little yellow container,
right.
But carbs isn't so much more. It's in your fruit and so many more things. So doing those calculations, like I said, I posted the link again that you could go through, and you basically, if you're going to want to build the muscle like I was, you were adding anywhere from 10 to 20% over your total daily energy expenditure, what you need to survive. So that's where it put me at like 2,300 calories.
Wow.
Every single day. And like I said, I ended up dropping little over 7 pounds and 2 inches in my waist. Yeah.
And it works.
So, and the fat, you want to keep the fat like between, they're saying, suggesting 20 to 35%. So there's not a magical number. It's where you feel comfortable. Once you do your calculations of your BMR, once you find your TDEE is what it's called, then you subtract the 750 and see, if I did that, it would put me at like 1,300 calories. If I went for weight loss, and I would probably eat one of my dogs or a small child if I had to survive on 1,300 calories. Yeah. But the biggest thing was the app, the Lose It app. So once you did your calculations, and it goes step by step. I'm not going to bore everyone with how to do it, but it goes on that printout that or that link. It tells you step by step, and you get those numbers. Or if you want to even simpler, I found like your proteins, whatever your calorie, mine was at 2,300. And then, so if I want to go 35% of my being proteins, then I would just multiply that by 35%, dividing it by 4, and that gives me 201 grams of proteins I have to consume every day. So you can choose whatever, percentage you want to be at for whatever goal. But the Lose It app.
Are you able to pull up that link so we could visually see, like, does it break it down?
So to share, let me see. So I posted it right under.
Yeah, I saw you posted it. I just didn't open it, and I thought maybe having that on the screen would help.
Okay, let me see here.
You don't have to see each other. I'd rather see that.
You'd rather see that instead of.
While you're doing that, I missed the first part. Did you say that you were doing like for building muscle?
Yes.
Okay. That's
so what I'm doing is, when I calculate all my calculations, I add for muscle gain 10 to 20% more than what that calorie count was. So I only did it 10%. So that's where it put me at like the 2,300 calories. Because I think my calories just for extreme activity with my BMR, with my height, my weight, and all that, doing extreme activities, which is 6 hours of workouts a week, which, I do. That puts me at just 2,000 calories just to exist. So I could either subtract 750 to lose weight, or I multiply that by, it was either 10 to 20% more, and then that gives me for muscle building.
Okay.
And I leaned out. I mean, I definitely got leaner and lost inches doing that. I'm sorry, I'm looking for that, pulling it up on my thing here. Okay, so how do I share? Is it up in the corner?
So share the bottom middle.
Participants, share. Oh, here it is. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, look at me. I'm so smart. So anyway, so to do your BMR, it gives you the BMR calculator. You put in your weight, you put in your height, you put in your age, and it spits out a number. Okay. And then after that, then you're going to do your total daily energy expenditure. So whatever you feel you are, like I said, I went extreme because, 6 hours a week, I work out, at least. I think most of us, are between moderate or extreme. So whatever your BMR is, you multiply that by the 1.5. Okay. And then, so here, this shows that if you want to lose weight, this is where you're going to do your moderate activities. You're going to get that TDEE, and then you're subtracting the 750 calories if you're wanting to lose weight, significant amounts. Okay. If you go, God bless you, Greg. Jesus. My God. So right here, so this is going calorie deficient. So then if you want to, like I said, if you want to build muscle, that is where you're going to choose between the 10 and 20%. You can go 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever. I only did 10% because I just didn't know how I didn't know how my body was going to react to all this fat, how it was going to react to all these carbs. So I just did that just to see how it would do. Okay. So when you do the 10% times that, I wrote everything down to make it easy. Then you're going to get that number of, like I said, 2,300. And then from there, you're going to find out how many grams of proteins you need, how many grams of fat you need, how many grams of carbs. Okay. So basically on your protein, whatever your original weight was, so I'm at 147 now. I'm actually having 147 grams of protein. Mm-hmm. That's as easy as that is. And then with your to find out how many calories. So that's the great thing about the Lose It app. So Angela, I don't know if you used all of that or how you did it, but you can start this Lose It app. I don't know if y'all can see the light, but you can set it to however many calories you want per day, however many grams of protein, fat, and carbs you want to consume. And then, like when I'm making my breakfast, and I have oatmeal with chocolate protein powder, 2 scrambled eggs. You can I scan the box of oatmeal. It records it all in here, your serving size. So then once it's in there, you can go back to your previous food and you just re-click that the next day. So you don't have to continue. Once you, like if you're like me, or I know Angela, you're like that way, you kind of do the same thing every day and every week. It makes it simple. So you can scan, when I'm doing a recipe, if I find a recipe in a book, I can put all that information in there and it populates it on this app.
Yeah.
And you can go in here and you can click from calories to macronutrients. And so with just for like today, my proteins are at 21%, my carbs are at 36%, my fat is at 40%. But my calorie intake for the day, I'm at 2,100. So, and then you can go even further to that. You can look and see where your high fat, and that's what I'm having an issue is all my high fat foods. You can see what is high fat, what you can cut back, like the whole eggs. I should be eating egg whites, all the beans, the nuts and things like that. So it is a balance, but I don't know that I could have done it. And then it syncs up to my Fitbit or your Apple Watch, and it puts in all your calories you burn. So I don't know how you could do it without this app, like without driving yourself crazy.
Right.
And like I said, it's just playing with it. I reached out to Brianna Freeman yesterday and asked her where her percentages were, what she does. And she does, normally she told me on a daily basis, it's 35% proteins, 45% carbs, 20% fat every single day. So, the hardest part is just your calculations. Once you do that and then you put it into the app, I don't use the containers anymore. I follow whatever is on, say I have some nuts. What if it says 1/4 of a cup is that serving? That's what I'm having now. So it's kind of, our containers, but very, watching your calorie count now. And it was, like I said, overwhelming at first, but now, like even my drinks, like whatever tequila I'm drinking, I scan my barcode. I'm just scanning everything. And it populates it in there and it just gives it to you. Like you don't really have to think too much about it once you get going after that first week.
Yeah, so did you have a question?
I'm just curious, compared to what you were doing before, you're probably doing more carbs and more protein, right?
I'm doing more fat, surprisingly, and more carbs. Yes.
Okay.
Carbs, though, they are counting, though, like I said, in your fruits
right.
and your veggies and things you're not. So just not like, a rice cake or the oatmeal. So it's counting all of those other things that we never counted before.
Right.
But I still watch when I eat my carbs, the majority of them, I eat them like before noon or, by 2:00. But then because I work out, doing that hot yoga by 6:00, and I can't have anything on my stomach anyway, going in there to do that.
And you guys have both kind of done this because I know people who've done like counting macros and they always say it's a lot of work, like you were kind of saying, but once you figure it out, your calculation, and I guess it's like anything else, once you work with it a lot, you get more used to it. But
It is. It's just a different way of thinking from just putting things in
Right.
our containers.
Right.
So you have to, consider like when you are doing the fats and stuff, the fats that are in the whole eggs and that are in your nuts and other things that we didn't account for when you're just doing the containers. So it makes you a little more aware. And then, like I said, once it's stored in your phone under the app, all you're doing is, hitting, and you just need to make sure that you don't, because I was getting lazy with the containers. I'll tell you that right now. I'm just like, oh yeah, that looks about right. So this has just made me more aware. And because I put money on it, it just made me super focused with it. And I think that helped me be successful. And there's times where I will only eat maybe, 1,400, 1,200 calories. And the good thing too is all of your supplements, like, I take the collagen and the BCAAs and any of my creatine and any of the other stuff I take, I scan that stuff and it accounts for all that too.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I saw that in her, because I downloaded this somehow, or maybe from your link or but I saw that in her recipe, like she had that in her little like oatmeal. I'm like, oh, I would have never thought to do that.
Yeah, and I eat that oatmeal every day. I eat the oatmeal with the chocolate protein powder with a thing of almond butter and strawberries or fruit every single morning. I have now for 5 weeks I'm on it doing it. Just because it's easy and you get that protein in there. So, she says the one big thing she did only stressed in that group when she was in there was keep it above 20%. Have your protein at least 20% if you're especially building muscle.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think that everybody's just so scared to have extra calories, and it just why when you're training and on these regimens to build muscle and to lean out, you have to eat so much food, and as women, we just think it needs to be the opposite. You need low calorie, whatever. But how long was it? 4 weeks and you lost 7 pounds?
It was 4 weeks and I lost. Now I'll tell you when I knew I was going into this, you kind of, are like, well, whatever, I'm about to lose some weight anyway.
Yeah.
So, I would probably say realistically, I was probably up 2 pounds over my normal, but the big thing was the inches that I lost. And I have seen the muscle definition from the first day to where I'm at now has changed. And this is the same thing when I did 80 day. When I went 80 day, 100%, but I didn't drink. I'm going to tell you, I drank on this one every week, every 2 times a week. Yeah. I mean, I had my drinks.
Right. You just calculated for them.
I just scanned it. Trust me, if it had a barcode, I was scanning. Even like, and there's so much stuff out there, and I know we don't have time to just sit and look. But, I found recipes where I even found a site where you can like put in, and it produces a menu for you, like whatever percentage you want, it'll tell you have, this rice cake or have this. That was something I found on my own, and I found different recipes, stuff that I'm eating. I just made that where I posted in a group that with the cheese and the spinach and the zucchini bake, eating more of the fats than I have before in the past. And I just think changing things up. Like I think I just think giving it a shot. Like I said, I was frustrated that first week. I'm like, what? And I'm just like, all I felt like I was doing was in my phone, like scanning stuff and trying to figure out and looking at it and like, oh my God, I'm at this. And, but, like I said, now I'm pretty set in it, but I need to you still have to stay focused. I can't let it go. But I've been this whole week, the bet was over last Monday. I have stayed consistent this whole week on my weight from the time I weighed in until even I weighed this morning. So I have stayed consistent this whole week.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean,
that's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Great that you're sharing this with us, because I think until everybody does their own calculations, they're not going to understand any of this. You know what I mean? So that's so important, because I did the same thing. You know, when my competition coach laid it all out for me, my TDEE was 2,000 calories, and I mean I think I was eating like, I was 1,500 calories first, and then it dropped down to like 13 or whatever. But it was the same thing, you know, it was this, and it was pretty amazing. You know, if you're working out on top of this, if you're counting macros just to count them for your nutrition, great. But if you're mixing it with training and trying to build muscle, and also working out like crazy to build muscle, not even like crazy, I'm just saying in that example, when I was training, it works. I mean, it really works.
But, you know, if anyone needs help or, you know, questions or calculations or anything, you know, I'm always willing to share. That I don't mind sharing. Like, I won my money back and then ended up at $17 more. So, I mean, you know, that was a good, and it did something. Like I said, I think you have to change it up. That's like with the workouts, you know, that hybrid that I'm doing now that has, I think, 4 different programs I found within it. It's just something different every day. Yes, it's programs we've done before, but It's not getting up like, okay, I got to do chest and tries, and now I got to do back and buys, and then I got to do leg, you know, shocking your system every once in a while and getting your butt out of a rut.
I'll tell you what, I did whatever I did yesterday was it was the 21-day fix. It was the real time. And maybe it was the consecutive between that and whatever I did the day before, but I'm so sore, like my lower body. So to your point, yeah, it's good to keep changing it up. And I think the like for me, let's be honest. I have periods of time where I'm really disciplined, but then it's just like I can't keep up with everything. So it's really hard to do it all. And just that container mindset is so simple. That does not mean that I'm able to do it all the time, or, you know, just again, depending. So, I mean, I'm just kind of looking maybe to change it up and try a different approach and just see if that's easier. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I agree.
It's hard because, I mean, that's the hardest thing I think for most of everybody in the fitness groups is being consistent about whatever it is from the nutrition standpoint.
Definitely.
Well, I know Joel is doing a diet bet coming up in October, because she had posted about it. And, you know, I know sometimes if you have to put money to it, you know, and I looked at diet bets for actually quite a while, but I was like, I can't even lose a pound consistently. There's no way I'm going to lose 4%, like literally. And it was like for 6 months that I watched Angela. There's no way I could do that. There's no way I can do that, you know? And then finally, then this came up and I was like, by God, I'm just going to do it. If I don't lose weight, then at least I'll learn about this macros, because I hear about it, especially the store I work at, you know, working at a health food store. You hear people coming in, they're looking, whether they're on keto or counting the macros or whatever. I have to help them with all this other stuff. At least I'll understand it. So I was really proud that I actually was able to lose that that morning I had not, thanks to Aunt Flo, but you know what? I was like, by God, I'm going to watch this.
Right.
I can get this. I got 48 hours to lose that bloat. But I was fine up until that morning. So that's what stuck. I was like, son of a...
Yeah.
But I did it. So, I mean, it was just an accomplishment. So, you know, like I think it's 10:01 or 9:30 or something that Joel is doing a diet bet.
Okay. Wants to join.
that it may help. It may help to do it because you're putting money up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anytime Ange runs like any of those, anything like the reset
Contest.
Yeah, any of that. I mean, that's where I always do the best because I feel like it's just that group accountability, and I just feel a lot of that. But yeah, I mean, doing that by yourself that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, there was nobody most everybody did Beachbody, but there was nobody I knew. There was no like anything. I just, kind of did it quietly on my own and just, like I said, that first week, Stephanie, I'm gonna tell you though, if you do this, don't get frustrated. Like,
yeah,
it's a different way. It's a different from what we've thought about Beachbody, unless you have someone coming to your house and putting everything in front of you and it's already marked, those pre-made meals or services. If that's the only easy way I think you can get this done, but if you get through that 1 week and if you're able to consistently just kind of eat the same kind of stuff every week, then after 4 weeks, now it's a habit again, now it's a new habit that I'm thinking of. And, I don't think I did without anything. I'm trying to think if I had to really give up anything other than time of doing it. And, I don't have little kids, of course, I have adult children and stuff like that, but we meal prep. Actually, I meal prep more these last 5 weeks than I have in a very, very long time. We cooked everything on Saturdays, all of the proteins, all the veggies, and just went back to throwing it together like I did with containers, but you're just counting a different way. You're actually paying attention to those calories and macros and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, so basically, before we wrap up, Ange, I didn't click on those links yet that you posted in the feed. So that is, this is what she gave y'all to explain it to you. And then is there anything else in there we need to know?
No, she did give some recipes and stuff. Like I said, the one, Stephanie, like you saw that one with the oatmeal and the protein powder. I did order her that protein powder she suggested. And it's actually really good. I only use it in my oatmeal. But
I thought
Shakeology.
Isn't it just to recover?
Yeah. Well, one of them it's a whey. What is it? It's a whey protein, or she uses Recover. I don't use Recover.
Oh,
I have another combination I use of BCAAs and beta alanine and all this other crazy stuff. So so I don't use Recover. That's why I got that. But there are recipes in there. All those links should work. And it's all like, I just read that one page. I did my calculations, and I haven't tried the MyFitness app. Other people were using the MyFitness app. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how that one works. I did buy the in-app purchase though for the Lose It app for the year, just because it gave a lot more information you were able to see. I think it was $30 for the year. You get a year to it. You can use the free version. You don't need to do that, but I just went ahead and did that because I just really wanted to do that. I wanted to win. I wasn't going to lose my money. So I spent money, but I wasn't going to. I was proving to myself I could do it.
Right.
So, but that was all she gave us. There was nothing extra. There was no really anything in that diet bats.
Ange, will you take it off screen share, and then if you want to hold up your Lose It app to the screen, or I've got one, I can. So I changed the heading at the top to macronutrients.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could just do okay, I'm doing this backwards. You can just count calories for everything. Or if you're trying to do macros, you just change that heading at the top to macros, and then now you see percentage of fats, carbs, and proteins, and it'll keep track of that instead. So it's real easy.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
No, it takes a minute to adjust the lighting.
Okay. But if you scroll down, and I think that might be the in-app part, if you scroll down, you can hit protein. Can you see? And protein itself, and then it'll show you exactly what percentage. Like I had scrambled eggs, 3 egg whites. It was 18 grams. Yeah. Is where my protein, the majority of my protein came from. You know, the fresh fruit, I had 3 grams come from that. So it will break it up for your different meals and tell you exactly. So if you're trying to fine tune, which I'm trying to fine tune my fat to figure out where that fat is, all that extra fat is, it tells you. Like this tells you. You don't have to think much other than putting it all in there.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, and then it tells you how much you can have for, you know, it kind of breaks it up for each meal. I don't really pay too much mind to that. Mm-hmm. And then what else so yeah, that was about it. And then your exercise, it links up to your, whatever, your Apple Watch, your steps on your phone, whatever. It accounts for all those calories.
Okay. Hey, Anna, I know you're not watching, you're just listening. Do you have any questions, or are you good? I don't want to like assume just because you can't like see us, but I'm going to assume you would have said you needed help. Okay. Great info on your channel. Okay. Yeah. Just making sure that you were good before we wrapped up. Steph, are you good? I mean, for now?
I think I'm good. I think I can calculate it.
Yeah.
I can calculate it.
Yeah. This is not good. I mean, if
doing it, that's the problem.
If we want to do this, you know, as a group soon, we can. We can post the recording, see if, you know, who's even interested, and we can maybe just do something on the side for, you know, just a few weeks or 4 weeks if everyone just wants to count their macros for 4 weeks, and we can do our own little thing. But
yeah, and I mean, even like if other people aren't, I can even message you, like you two.
Yeah.
Like I mean, because I think I would like to try. I would like to try something different. Of course, I say that tonight on Sunday night, but you know, y'all know. I mean, it's just busy and it's hard, but
yes,
but I would like to try. You know, why not?
I know, and it's like learning the containers when at the first time you see it and you're like, oh my God, that is so cumbersome, and then I don't want to do that, and then now it's like we could do it in our sleep.
Yeah.
Or remember with 80-day obsession.
Yes.
Remember we stomped our feet. I bitched and moaned for I don't know how many 92 days, eating before, getting up and having to eat before you worked out. But I leaned out then, but I didn't. I don't know. There's something different with this, and it's because maybe my body reacted better to it. You know, as much yoga and all that other TRX and all that other stuff I'm doing with the Beachbody thing, you know, so multiple things are just happening, and it's just my body responded really well to this macros.
Sounds good.
So
doing that.
Yeah, anyone can email me to message me.
Okay, and I'll post the recording, and then we'll just get a little convo started, and maybe we'll do something as a group. But otherwise, people can just take it.
You can pin that link too to the top of the group so people can click on that info.
Okay.
So it doesn't get lost in the feed again.
Yeah. I need to pin a new announcement at the top of the Facebook group anyway, so I'll do that. Okay. All right. Well, I have to upload this before I can post the link, so I'll do that. I'll have it posted no later than tomorrow, but I'll see how long it takes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Angie, for your time, and Anna and Steph. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys.
I've never heard you. You've never probably heard me.
I
do a lot of video on there, so
I love it. I love it. I love seeing faces. All right. Thank y'all. Have a good night, a good week. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.